Hi everyone, I'm Brian, a financial consultant from Singapore, and I just ordered a Tiffin food delivery service for 20 days. I'd like to take you on this journey to document the process. I'd like to also take some time to create some memories, have fun, and also share some financial tips with you at the same time. So today is day 3. For the reasons why I ordered Tingkat is basically to save time, to save money, and to save, and it could be a little bit more healthy. So more, you can find this more in the first video. So why Tingkat for lunch? Basically to save time, to save money, and also slightly more healthy. So why, you can see, will be on the first video. So first up, I'd like to say that I'm also a bit upset because the Tingkat only came about 1:45 p.m. The time now is about 2 something lah. So I just got the food and I had to just make it hot as well. So I was quite upset that it took this long. When I called the staff at the garden kitchen, they told me that they will get back to me, but they didn't call me back. When I called Foodline, the platform that we order this food delivery on from the garden kitchen, they said that I had to call the garden kitchen. So I was a bit upset, and very thankfully though, the wife did have the foresight to buy some frozen pasta and reheat it as well. So I've already just finished that. She's got a meeting, so she's at the meeting right now. Of course, I would usually be more upset, but the delivery guy came, and when he came by, he also explained to me that after I asked him that he was visiting, he had to go to at least about 15 places today. So I think that's really, to me, quite a feat. And even though the food is supposed to come from 10:30 to 1:30, I still think that the gap is a bit too long. But anyways, today is only day 3 of day 20, so I hope it gets better. Now, today the tip that I have for you is to try to practice self-control. So there are 3 aspects that I think that self-control will be very, very useful. I think the first is in the office, especially with intercollegial relationships, to be able to, when something is not going my way, to not lose my temper, to also try to seek and find the other party, where he or she is coming from, to understand them a bit better, so that I will have a more harmonious working relationship. The second one is definitely at home, where practicing self-control, sometimes being able to hold my tongue to a family member that perhaps there was some miscommunication, or maybe I did something wrong, to practice self-control and to keep quiet, and that also prevents quarrels from coming up as well. And the third part, self-control, to practice self-control, also one of the good reasons why to do so is because, for example, in investing, when markets drop, and we know that it is a temporary drop, to continue to stay the course and to steal miners, and to continue the course to invest as well. So I think self-control is a very important thing to decide when, because by being in control of my emotions, I am better placed to accept the consequences, and I will not make any hasty decisions. So I hope that you like this tip. It's not just a financial tip, but I think it's also an everyday tip as well, to practice self-control. And the more I practice self-control, the better I'll be able to deal with other things that also come my way. Now, I'd like to get to the food quickly. So today the food is, the service was really quite bad, to be quite honest. But I can't complain. I think they're trying to do a good day's work, right? So come, let's review the food together. So today we have stir-fried egg, what looks like sweet and sour pork, dory fish, bitter gourd. So I think the first thing we can talk about is the fish. The fish is nothing much to shout about though. The fish is dory fish, catfish. You can see Yeah, yeah, black bean catfish. Just catfish, no bones, slightly muddy, but it's a good fish. I mean, nonetheless, no. The second one is the long beans. Long beans really can't go wrong. I think for today's lunch, I must put some imagination that if the food came at 12 o'clock, how it would taste like. But it's still not too bad. The egg. Not bad. And lastly, the pork. Now, give me one moment now. Let me get a nice piece. I'm not quite sure what pork this is. It's not sweet and sour pork. I thought it was, but it isn't. Can't really tell, but I think it's some bean paste. Well, the pork's not bad, but I don't know how to describe it. It's not a sauce that I'm very, very familiar with, but it's a familiar Chinese sauce. Yeah, so for today's food video, the review, let's see. I think today the service is really 0, but the food, I think it's 3.5. I mean, given it's come so late, right? Yeah. So I hope that you like this video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you have a tip to share, you can just leave me a comment below, and I'll be glad to hear from you. Thanks so much.